Welcome everybody. So this is our first day and our first step of the WINNI work along. Before this step, what I want you guys to have done is to demo your shower or demo your tub, whatever was there. You have had to have demoed it, insulated it, and replace your shower valve. I do have videos linked right here that you can press to see how to demo your shower or your tub. And then also there's a video right here on how to replace your shower valve. And that's kind of where we're going to pick off with our tutorial. Also, when you are insulating, make sure that you're using rock wool insulation. If you have a 2x4 wall, get a 2x4 insulation. If you have a 2x6 wall that's exterior, get 2x6 insulation, all right? So now we're gonna start a WINNI work along and we're gonna start with self-leveling. So to start our self-leveling tutorial, first we need our materials. And all the materials that I'm getting for this tutorial will come from Lowe's. It's just the most convenient place for everybody to go get their stuff, and that will include our thin set as well for later on, and also our tile. That's where we're going to go ahead and get that. So for this self-leveling portion of it, what we're going to need is this primer T. Looks like this. And then also we're going to need a bag of self-leveling underlayment. I got 2 bags of it just in case that we're going to have to elevate that a little bit more. If you throw a level onto your floor and you see that it's pretty bad out of level, you're going to want to get a little bit more self-leveling, either 2 bags or 3 bags to pour it to that elevation that you need in order for it to be perfect. We're also going to get a can of spray foam and then just a simple roller in order to apply our primer. So this is the first time we're going to open up a WINNI work-along kit and see what's inside. We're going to need 2 items out of it for our self-leveling portion. So when we open this baby up, what we're going to have to get first is our curbs. So they come in two pieces. So we're going to need our curbs. And then down here, we're going to need to get our linear drain connector kit. And this kit is what attaches to our plumbing drain in order to drain our shower. So let's bring this into our shower and I'll show you what to do with this. Which is this box right here. Kind of looks just like that. When I'm opening it, I'm going to take this entire piece out. And this right here is the gray one is the PVC connector. The black one is going to be an ABS connector. And this does matter depending on the type of plumbing you guys have inside your house. So for us, we're going to use white plumbing for our drains. This is PVC plumbing. So if you look at your shower, you look at your bathroom, and you have white plumbing, that's what you will go ahead and order. You're going to order a PVC connector. If you have black plumbing, then you're going to have to get an ABS kit. So our connector has a couple components to it. So this piece, for our purpose, we're not going to need. So we're going to go ahead and put that off to the side. And then we have just right here, and then there is a clamping ring that will be right on top of that. We also don't need this for now. We're going to need this when we're installing our shower pan itself. So we need this piece alone. Depending on how your drain right here looks and the type of plumbing you have in there is what you're going to have to do with this. 9 times out of 10, you will have a 1.5 inch plumbing that was connecting to your tub. So 1.5 inch plumbing, if you go ahead and put it right here, it's too big. So what we are going to need to have is this reducer that will go into there, and then this piece fits perfectly into there as well. This way you reduce that from 2-inch plumbing to 1.5 inch plumbing. It will still work perfectly fine for this shower. If you do have a 2-inch pipe that's there, or you're able to convert that pipe there to a 2-inch pipe, that's awesome, because then your P-trap will go right into it like that. So the way it looks, and obviously we're in the studio, so we don't have a P-trap in there, but it's going to go like that. And then our P-trap will go underneath it like this. Depending on how you get to it, from which side, there's so many ways that this can play out, but you'll be able to manipulate that and install it. So now let me show you where that has to go inside our shower in order to perfectly fit with our pan. So this is why we needed our curb. So we'll put the curb up right against where our shower is going to end. And for us, this is at 36 inches. So we're at 36 inches to the outside of our curb right now, and that's perfect. I'm going to make a line right here. Now I have the dimensions of my inside of the shower. So the inside of my shower right now is 31 and a half. But that's not the inside of my shower quite yet, because here I will have half an inch of waterproofing. So my wallboard will go into here. So I have to account for that half an inch, just like that. So then the inside of my shower actually is 31 inches. So then I'm going to take 31 divided by 2. So to find the center of it. So it's going to be 15 right there. It's going to be 15 and a half. That's my true center of my shower. Okay, so then when I take my connector, what I want to make sure that that is perfectly in the center with that. If you guys are able to see it. So this is the center of my shower. So I want to make sure that this connector is placed right at the center and up against my framing. That's where it's going to go. Up against my framing and right in the center. So then I'm going to trace off where my screws are going to go. So right here, I'm going to go here. And then on this side, I'm going to go right here because I want to make sure that these screws will catch my plywood as I put it back. If you guys have a concrete slab here, what you're going to do is basically get that plumbing to the point where this is touching right here, but you also just want to account for that self-leveling. So what you're going to do is actually raise this up about half an inch, because when that self-leveling pours, it has to go to the bottom of this. You don't want it to go into this area at all. It has to be just to the bottom of it. That's will be perfect for your self-leveling. So depending on how far off your level is for your shower, that's how high you will set this. So for us, once we figure out this patch, I'm going to raise this about 1/4 of an inch, and then that will be perfect for my self-leveling. So we're going to put the connector in here, and in order for me to set it perfectly level this way and this way, what I'm going to use is 2 wood shims. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to put the connector right here with the shims. I'm centered, and then let's just focus on the back side right now. So right now you see that it's not level, that this side needs to come down a little bit. So what I'm going to do is grab my shim, and I'm going to take about an inch off of it, like that. Take an inch off of that, and then let's see if that lowered that enough in order for me to be perfect. So again, center it, put the shim there, take that, press that down. That is perfectly level. So now what I'm going to do is then secure these back 2 screws. We do have a box of screws that comes in the WINNI Work Along kit. We're going to just grab 4 screws because we're going to need 4 screws for this. And then we'll secure the back. So now we're going to go ahead and secure the other like that. So now we should have perfect level. We should have perfect level across our back. There we go. But now when we go this way and we push this down, we see that we're not level here. Actually, let's just go ahead and secure this until it's level as well. So pull that down, pull this down. Let's see if we're level. So I'm gonna go across. I'm right there, perfectly level as well. So now all that is left is just to cut this off, just so it's not in the way. One, the other. Now we can pour our self-leveling right up to here. First thing we're going to do is vacuum our surface here, make sure it's perfectly clean, and then we're going to sponge it down. So we'll just go ahead and vacuum it. So now what we're going to do is grab our spray foam and we're going to spray foam any cracks that we might have in our floor that could let for that self-leveling go down. Because once we mix self-leveling, it's basically water. So the cracks can be pretty small even, and the self-leveling will still go into that. So this is where our previous P-trap used to be. So I'm going to seal these cracks right here. I want to make sure I seal the crack right here and on the sides, and then some of them right here. And the way that you seal these cracks is that you just grab your spray foam, you go over those cracks themselves like this, and then I'm going to grab just a flat something and then just fill those in like this to make sure that it's all the way inside, and then this will cure up and this will be perfectly sealed. So while that is curing up the spray foam, what I'm going to do is start pre-mixing my self-leveling. So when you look on the back here, there is a little secret here. When you look on the back, it says 4.75 liters to 5 liters. What we're going to do is we're going to do like a 5.5 liter mix. We want this to be a little bit runnier. We don't have a big thickness of it, so we want that ½ inch to be a little more runnier. So we're gonna mix it at 5.5. That's what I've done for years now, and it's worked perfectly. So we're going to get our bucket that is included in the WINNI work along, and we're gonna start at 3.5 here. Ooh, look at that. All right, so 3.5, and then 2. So pour that into here. Always add your water first, and then 2. Need a little bit more. 5.5 and 2. So that's how much water I need for one bag. So I did my first mix on this self-leveling. Now what I'm gonna do is my foam is cured up. I'm gonna come back and just even out these areas right here and around the drain before I pour this. And then I'm going to mix this one more time. Mix, pour. That's what you'll see. So we cleaned up all of our foam. We are going to leave this. Basically, this is a nice little dam that we have for that self-leveling not to go over. So when I'm going to be pouring right now, what I'm going to be looking out for is that the self-leveling goes to the bottom of this little edge right here. So basically where the foam is to the bottom of that. I don't want that self-leveling to go up and above that or to even touch it. If it can touch it, that's absolutely perfect. So I just wanted to fill in this gap, and that's when I know to stop. So this is the point that I'm going to be watching the most across the entire install. So what I'm doing is I grab my 1/4 inch trowel that you have in the WINNI work along kit, and then I'm moving it off to the sides because we poured in the middle. I'm gonna move it over to the sides and then it will come back. If you have it in the middle and you're expecting it to go to the sides and then come back, that's not gonna happen. So move it out of the middle to the sides, kind of like this, to make sure that it's touching all of it, like that. And then you will notice that as I push it here, then it comes back to the middle here. And that's all you gotta do is just kind of move it around. And if you take a look right here, I'm right where I want it to be. So one bucket for me was absolutely perfect. I'm not gonna add any more. I'm really, really happy with that it's touching just the bottom of that little flange. Also, if you do have to add a little bit, don't just go and dump the entire bucket. It's easier to add than to subtract. So what you would do is maybe even just grab your measuring bucket, bring this closer, and then just add a little bit as you're getting up to that level that we need to be. So just go slower, slower, and keep adding to it. I just wanted to mix both just in case, and also to show you what that process would have looked like. So self-leveling is done, and this right here might seem like it's an easy thing that we did. It didn't really take that much time, but in the scope of how important this is to the entire process, this is crucial, because now that we have a nice level base that we can work off of, makes everything else easy down the road. So we're going to let this cure, and then our next step is going to be to do the entire waterproofing. Let's go.